Hey there, everypony, this is PotterBrony, and welcome to another blind reaction of some MLP Fanwork. This time we have, from Magpie Pony, another Pinkie Tales. Pinkie Tales, Sky Blue and the Seven Colors, which is a Snow White parody. So yeah, been a while since the last Pinkie Tales. Looking forward to seeing what they got for us this time. These are always pretty adorable. And yeah, let's just get it started, see what they've got in store for us. As always, the link in the description below. Be sure to support Magpie's channel, and let's get it going. Okay. And starting the video in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Pinkie Tales. Sky Blue and the Seven Colors.
Alright.
I bet you'll
The
love
poison apple and everything.
Story, Pounded Pumpkin. It's all about bright, happy colors, honest furniture, and accurate statistics. Shall we get started? Once upon a
Always
time,
got to have the accurate statistics.
There was a faraway kingdom ruled by a loving king and his queen. One day, the queen looked up at the
Awesome
sky
parents.
after a terrible storm had passed, and she smiled. She was enthralled by the bright blue hue set against the newly formed rainbow that streaked across the horizon. From that moment on, all she desired was a daughter with a coat as blue as the sky and mane and tail as colorful as the rainbow.
Well,
Months later,
you chose the
her
right
wish
husband
came
for that.
true, and she named the little princess Sky Blue. Unfortunately, soon after the princess's birth, the queen took ill and passed away, leaving a grieving king
that's right.
and kingdom behind.
That sucks.
Years passed, and the filly princess grew to be a headstrong, adventurous spirit beloved by her father and her ponies. The king, however, was very lonely and desired to find a new wife and mother for his daughter. To his misfortune, the mare he had chosen to make his queen
Got
was a
Applejack?
cruel, heartless mare, with thoughts only of herself.
Hang on just a darn minute. I'm a what now?
evil stepmother. Ooh, and a queen.
Think one day I'll ever get used to your decision-making process?
Probably not.
I figured.
Where's the fun in
But
that?
Hang on. I'm supposed to be evil? Who said this Queen Mare character has to be evil?
The plot.
The story wouldn't
Duh.
progress.
Can't have a story without a bad guy. Besides, you've been one before. You can totally do this.
That was a mite different. I was a wolf and all I wanted was a basket full of apple treats. What does this queen want?
Why don't you ask your magic mirror?
My magic what now?
As a wedding
Been a while
present
since I
to his
watched
new bride,
actual Snow
the king
White.
gave the queen a rare magical mirror that was hung
The
in
old
her
Disney
chambers.
version.
A mirror? Not really my thing.
I know that some
I
tellings
wonder
of
what
it have
Rarity
shown.
is in this here tale. Maybe she'd want it.
Suddenly, the image on the mirror began to fill with pink clouds of magic. A floating purple pony head appeared eye
Twilight.
level to the queen, with a smile on its face.
There are exactly 432 rarities in your kingdom, my queen. I will now tell you their exact location in alphabetical order.
Hang on, what? Is that you?
I am a magic mirror. I have infinite magical knowledge, and it's yours for the asking.
Fitting.
Oh, that's right. The fairest of them all shtick. Well, you ain't gonna get that neither, Pinkie. I'll use this here mirror for good. Check on my kingdom and the ponies and the like. Heck, I could probably solve problems before they even start with this here magic.
AJ, that's not the point of the story.
Better
got-
catch some pony else then, huh?
Oh, I get it. You're trying to make me change your role in the story. That's super clever, AJ, but not clever enough. Let's see how you fare when I do this.
What are you doing? Where's all this RD stuff coming from?
These are a reflection of Princess Sky Blue's accomplishments, my queen. She has become very popular amongst her kingdom. She's bested every night, slain many monsters.
I get it. But, what do the ponies think of the queen? They don't think she's evil, do they?
Evil? Certainly not. They view her as being strong, confident, and honest. Their affection for you knows no bounds.
Well, how's this bad?
Pinkie's trick didn't. Ugh.
Where are you going with this, Pinkie?
Ugh. I think I'm getting time skip sick. Magic mirror. The opinions of the ponies haven't changed, have they?
Sky Blue is beloved above all others. Strong, smart, brave, loyal, and true. They would do anything to please her.
And the queen?
Her ruling has not changed, though she's often overlooked. Cast in the shadow of her stepdaughter, she's become a background pony in comparison.
Background pony. Yeah, I get it.
All right, you made your point, Pinkie. I can't take it anymore. Stop. How many months has it been? I can't remember. Wait, I think
She's gone crazy.
I was supposed to do something. Something to do with Sky Blue. She's everywhere I look. Blue, blue, blue. But she ain't the queen. I am. Hey, Mirror!
Yes, Your Majesty?
I'm still queen, right?
Of course, Your Majesty.
Good.
Wow, Pinkie, you really
And the
played her
ponies
well.
Like me, right? Mirror?
The ponies have forgotten you even existed. Locked away in this chamber for months on end. Unmoving and staring with vacant eyes at me. Like the king, they assumed you were dead. Their love and adoration goes to Sky Blue, the only ruler they love.
What? Sky Blue? She's a showboating, boasting bunch of feathers. She wouldn't know the first thing about running a kingdom. I've got to get rid of her somehow. That's the only way things will get back on
I
track
think your plan
again.
worked a little too well, Pinkie.
Yes. Once she's gone, everything will make sense again.
If you say so.
Let's see now. I could banish her, but then she'd just come right back again. No. I have to do something a little bit more permanent for the good of the kingdom. But I'm a queen. I can't just be luring away into the woods bringing my shovel. That might look mighty suspicious. No,
No, you
I
go
need
out there, you
somebody
leave the
else
shovel
to
out
lead
there,
her.
and lead her to the shovel. You
Where
don't
would
lead
I
her
find
out
a
carrying
pony
the shovel.
like that?
I might have the solution, Your Majesty.
The mirror said. Its image shifted and displayed a blue unicorn sitting on the side of the road, desperately trying to force a rabbit inside a magician's hat to no avail.
Ha! She's perfect. I'll send the guards out once to bring her to me. And while they're at it, they can pick
huntsman?
some apples. Oh boy, I have a hankering for apples. It's like I haven't eaten in months. Apples for every pony. That's how I'll win their love back. Apples. It's genius.
Pinkie, I think you took it a little too far.
Yeah. Oops. But she'll be back to normal soon, right?
Boy almighty.
I don't know.
Apple.
You're gonna send me to the bad Pinkie corner, aren't you?
Yep.
The great and powerful Huntsmare at your service, Your Majesty.
The huntsmare said, strolling into the throne room in a burst of cheesy smoke effects.
A huntsmare, huh? Apples. What luck. You're used to hunting down little critters, so this shouldn't be too much trouble for y'all. Apples.
Rainbow.
What's
Remember
up
those
with
trophies.
the apples thing?
I'm not sure. I should have just cast some pony else. What if I broke her?
I'm pretty sure at this point you
Now
did.
back to the back
Then I'll
Pinkie
fix
corner.
it.
Oh, no you won't. You'll stay in that bad Pinkie corner as far away from the story as possible. In fact, I'll do you one better. I'm taking away your story editing privileges.
What? Can you do that?
Just did.
She's an omniscient
Critters?
narrator.
I hunt for talent, not critters.
Listen here, Apples. I've got a proposition for you. If I give you this here shovel, a map, apples, and a potion, do you think you might be able to do your Apples Queen a little favor?
A favor for what?
Well, getting rid of that no-good Apple Sky Blue, of course.
Apples. Oh, what? But isn't she like your daughter?
Stepdaughter. Besides, I think the world might be better, safer, and more applier place if she just disappeared. bring me back one of her feathers as proof that you've done the deed. And if you succeed, I'll make you the official magic act for every apples in the kingdom. But if you fail, well, this here is a tale for youngins, so I can't rightfully say, but it's to apples terrible to be spoken out loud.
How am I supposed to use these things to...
I forget that you're a bit of a simple-minded apples mare.
Hey!
Just speaking the truth, little miss, since honesty and apples is all I am. I use this here map to take her far into the forest away from any apple trails till you're good and lost. Use the shovel to do the deed, and hey, you can dig the apple's grave with it afterwards. Then drink this here apples potion that my mirror helped me make to transport yourself back here to the throne room with that feather. Now get!
But how am I supposed to?
I said get!
All right. Jeez. The great and powerful Huntsmare will think of something.
The Huntsmare quickly left the castle
Poor
to perform
Trixie.
the queen's nefarious deed, even though she didn't fully understand it. The Huntsmare wasted no time finding Sky Blue to complete
Yep.
her task. She lured her into the woods under the pretense that some pony needed saving, something she knew a decorated hero such as Sky Blue could never overlook. However, as the hours passed, Sky Blue became suspicious of the unicorn and prodded more information out of her.
So,
One would
who
tend
did
to
you
be
say
suspicious.
needed my help again? Oh, a little, filly. She got lost in the woods and then trapped under a branch, which is why I brought the shovel, to dig her out. I thought you said it was a colt. No, it's definitely a filly. So why do you need me here? Why didn't you just conjure up a shovel with your magic and save her hours ago? Oh, well, you see... Oh, all right. It was all a lie. I'm actually just, your biggest fan. Yeah, that's it. And I've lured you out here to spend time with you and get your autograph.
The Huntsmare said, offering Sky Blue her hat with a forced smile. Sky Blue cocked her head to the side in confusion.
Yeah.
Clever. Never had a fan pull this before. Gotta give you props for creativity, I guess. Here.
Sky Blue took the hat and plucked out one of her feathers to use as a quill.
What's your name? Pony horse?
Uh-huh.
Alrighty.
Not suspicious at all.
Here you go.
Sky Blue said with a
Pony
wink.
horse.
Great. Oh, and I'm going to need that feather you just plucked. Okay. And I'm gonna need you to stay in the forest and never ever come back again. Whoa, hold on, what?
Before Sky Blue could finish her thought, the Huntsman
Ouch.
took the shovel and hit her over the head. Sky Blue immediately fell to the ground unconscious.
Huh, that was easy. Who knew these things were so effective? Ugh, pony horse? What was I thinking? Now the great and powerful Huntsmare has to find a new hat.
The Huntsmare said bitterly, before drinking from the potion vial that would teleport her back to the castle. Sometime later,
didn't bury the
Sky
body.
Blue groaned back into consciousness, putting a hoof to her head.
I better get back before it gets too dark.
Sky Blue took off from the ground and flew back over the paths she believed she had taken. However, the pounding headache she felt blurred her vision, and she swayed to and fro as she flew.
That's the last time I follow a deranged fan into the...
Sky Blue was cut short when she crashed head first into the side of a small cottage in the center of a clearing.
You
The
gotta
wall
pay
was
attention.
thin and brittle. It crumbled around her as she landed hard.
I know your
on her
vision's
right
blurry,
hand.
but colliding with the building?
She cried out in pain as the 7 inhabitants of the cottage scurried over to see what had
A
happened.
7 color. Okay.
Talk about breaking and entering.
Great. Just great. She made me spill my dinner. Don't worry, Phillies. I bet she was just trying to come for a visit and doesn't know how to use a door.
What? Who are all of you? And what is this stuff?
Sky Blue asked, noting that the debris around didn't resemble a wall at all. but some kind of cookie instead. In fact,
Naturally.
the whole house appeared to be made of candy and sweets. The cookie walls
Yeah,
were held in
because
place
why
by
wouldn't it?
frosting. Pillars of candy cane provided the structure, and licorice lined all the windows. Even the little kitchen table was made of pretzel, and the 7 seats beside it made of gumdrops.
You're in a gingerbread house, silly. I got a great deal on it with the fairy tale realtor. Used to belong to a witch, but let me tell you, that witch sure could bake. Here, I'll help you
Baked
out.
herself right into oblivion.
Ooh,
Is
that
what she did.
wing doesn't look too good. Shrinky Pie, you're a doctor, right? What do you think?
Shrinky.
Shrinky Pie?
Not
Sky
that
Blue
kind of
asked,
doctor.
still a little dazed and confused. It was then she realized how strange the pony inhabitants looked. There were 7 ponies in total, and each pony was a different bright color of the rainbow, with the exception of the pink pony who had initially helped her to her hooves. Other than by color, they were identical.
My doctorate is in the field of psychiatry, but I'll take a look at it anyway.
Shrinky Pie, the orange pony, said, approaching Sky Blue.
What? Ow!
Okay, that's the drum in the back. I
Definitely
thought someone was
broken.
pounding on the
She'll
wall
have
somewhere.
To stay here for a few weeks so it can
My
heal.
neighbors aren't jerks like that.
Weeks? But I have to get back to the castle.
You live in a castle?
Sleepy Pie.
They must have really comfy beds in a castle.
You don't know who I am? Clumsy.
Attractive? Friendly?
I'm Princess Sky Blue.
Ooh, nice to meet you, Princess. Did you hear that, Phyllis? She's a real princess. Are we so lucky she broke our wall?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Don't be. Like I said, a witch used to live here and she put a spell on this place a long time ago. See? The wall is regenerating itself. If it didn't, we'd have
That's
been
useful.
homeless by now. We can't seem to stop eating this place.
Infinite supply of food.
And this is Shrinky Pie.
I prefer Doc, actually. It keeps it from getting too confusing around here. You look like you have some deep-seated problems. Maybe mommy issues?
This is Dinky Pie. Isn't she so adorable? Oh, small like that. I am the same size as the rest of you. Ah!
The red one, Dinky Pie, said, enraged. Sky Blue noticed that compared to the others, she was indeed much smaller.
And a really short temper. You can
Yep.
even say it's downright dinky. Get it? Moving right along, there's Stinky Pie.
Nice to meet you.
The green mare, Stinky, said, holding out her hoof.
Holy.
A foul odor soon wafted over Sky Blue and her eyes teared up. She took a step back and laughed nervously, trying not to gag.
Pleasure to meet you. Blinky Pie.
Is it time for bed yet?
The blue-colored Blinky Pie said, blinking her eyes trying to force them to remain open.
She's super sleepy all of the time. Then there's Winky Pie.
It'll be nice to have such a brave, beautiful princess in the house.
The purple one said, winking as she gave Sky Blue the once-over.
She likes to
That's,
wink at every pony for some reason. But
Yeah,
it's
no one
really
can figure out why.
Almost as nice as Gleeky Pie here. Gleeky?
That's me, because I'm always just bursting over with glee.
The yellow one said,
Is that a word? No, not really. But I ran out of rhymes. So, you're all sisters?
Astute observation, but I'm afraid not. We're clones of Pinkies. Isn't that just delightful?
Delightful? How is being a defective clone delightful? Defective? Well, it's kind of a long story, but there's this pony called Narrator, and she took away my fourth wall breaking powers before I could fix everything. So I went to the mirror pond to make a clone of myself, even though I promised Twilight I'd never do that again, to put in the bad Pinkie corner in my place so I could sneak into the story, fix everything, and sneak out without detection. But she messed up the incantation, didn't you, Pinkie? All the Pinkies came out a bit, different. And to make matters worse, I can't remember what I'm supposed to do to fix things. I want my meta powers back. I just... What?
Yeah.
Can we finish this?
Someone who can't follow meta
conversation
powers.
It's almost dark out. Time for sleep.
Ooh, I called the bed next to the princess.
Me too. Me too.
That's,
Stinky Pie added, jumping up and down and spreading her scent around the room. Sky Blue
That
and the
person
other Pinkies
breathing.
coughed and covered their noses.
That's really nice and all, but, is there maybe a bed alone somewhere? You can have the couch, as long as you dinky promise to not make a mess. What's a dinky promise?
You don't want to know. Come with me, princess. I'll get you all bandaged up and ready for bed.
Gleeky said, taking Sky Blue's hoof in hers and pulling her along.
I best assist. Only the practice hoof of a professional should set that bone. Now, about your mother.
Do you have the medical training?
Howdy, Mirror.
The Queen said, awaking the magical mirror from its slumber.
You look rather well, Your Majesty.
I feel mighty better, it's true. Heck, it's only been one day without Sky Blue and all the twitching stopped.
That's good.
Point is, my brilliant plan was a success. But I'd figure I might as well just ask. So, Mirror,
Does it say something
who
around
is
the
Big
mirror?
Brother now?
You may think she's gone now that she's out of your sight, but Princess Sky Blue is alive this night. Ponies will still love her so long as she draws breath. The only way to beat her is a swift, untimely
No,
death.
just designs.
She's alive? This can't be! That lying, thieving hoodwink of a mare tricked me! Why didn't you tell me this before?
And why didn't you ask for me to confirm whether she was successful or not?
Well played, Mayor. Well played.
Yep.
But if y'all want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. As soon as I figure out what that is, got any ideas?
Unfortunately, I do. As your magic mirror, I'm bound to help you, no matter how heinous the crime. You could perhaps use the spell book?
The mirror's image shifted away from the floating pony
The
head
magic
into
of sleep.
a book of spells that she
All
was
right.
able to retrieve from the mirror's surface. The book opened
So who's gonna
to
be
a
the
page
prince?
entitled
I'm wondering
Forever
on that
Sleep.
one.
The Queen narrowed her eyes, glossing over the spell's effects and ingredients.
Forever sleep, huh?
It's the worst thing we're allowed to do on a kids show. We just need
Naturally.
something to enchant. It can be an object or food.
Apples? Can it be apples? Let's poison some apples! Apples, apples, apples!
Well, that makes sense why she's the,
That's what sets off her crazy. I'll have to steer clear of that. How about a medal? Sky Blue is a decorated hero. She loves getting medals.
The Queen shook her head, blinking her eyes a few times to regain what little sanity remained.
Yes. Yes. It's perfect. Her pride will be her undoing. But I need a disguise to pull this off.
The Queen hurriedly flipped through the rest of the spell
What are you
book
gonna
pages,
disguise as?
gathering all the information she needed to pull off her wicked endeavor. The Queen, with the assistance of her magic mirror, disguised herself as a light blue stallion with a dark blue mane. He was called Obligatory Love Interest, or Ollie for short. The Queen knew he was a friend of Sky Blue's, some ponies she had seen her race and joust with in her many spectacles. It
Naturally.
didn't take her long to locate the candy cottage in the woods, and once Pinkie and the clones left, she knocked briskly on the door. Moments later, Sky Blue answered it, sensing no danger.
Finally! I found you!
Ollie? What are you doing here?
Everybody thinks you're on another adventurous crusade, but I was supposed to find you to give you this medal. You know, as a thank you for saving that orphanage with terminally ill foals from the combination fire and earthquake.
Oh, yeah. That was
a
weird.
lot of cameos
Sky
there.
Blue said with a chuckle. She clasped the medal around her neck and puffed out her chest proudly.
Glad you found me. I was beginning to think... Wait. How did you know I was...
Sky Blue started, but quickly collapsed on the ground deep in sleep. Ollie laughed, his voice changing into the deranged laughter of the Queen.
That changeling spell worked perfect. Now
Changeling
I'm
spell.
rid of her for good.
The Queen declared before making a hasty exit. Later that evening, when Pinkie and the clones returned, they were shocked and distraught to see the princess on the ground, unconscious. Well, most of them anyway.
First, she breaks our wall. Then, she eats our food. Now, she expects us to carry her up to bed? I don't think she's sleeping. And I know something about sleeping. Should I give her medicine?
Yeah. Oh,
cruel,
Wiki.
cruel fate. Taking such a beautiful princess away from me while she was still in her prime. Wait, what's this?
Pinkie asked, picking up the medal around Sky Blue's neck.
She probably won a medal for being the best-looking sleeping princess.
Tell that to Sleeping Beauty.
Let me take a look. Nothing on the front except her cutie mark. But there's something written very small on the back. I'll have to take it off to see.
Shrinky said, unclasping the medal. Sky Blue immediately sat up and gasped, her
Well,
chest
then that's
heaving
not
and
much of
panic
a-
in her eyes.
Oh, Julie! You're right! I knew everything was going to turn out A-okay.
What happened?
We were about to ask you the same thing.
The last thing I remember was Oli, an old friend of mine, giving me that medal.
Wait, so an old friend of yours just happened to show up all the way out here with a medal, and that didn't look suspicious to you?
Well, whoever or whatever he
Well,
was.
it looked suspicious
he
for a second,
probably
but
shouldn't
then
let
she-
any pony in the cottage while we're away.
Maybe she should come
Got
with us.
knocked down,
No, Stinky,
knocked out, whatever.
You don't understand fairy tale logic yet. We have to mine rocks every day, even though we don't use them for anything, and leave a troubled princess alone where her evil stepmother
yep,
queen
that's
could
how it
try
has to be.
upset her and bring her harm. At least until I remember what it was I was supposed to do.
Or maybe one of us can stay behind with her. I volunteer myself.
Me too. Do I have to go over fairy tale logic again?
I don't need any pony to watch over me. I can take care of myself just fine.
Yes, you proved that just fine.
The next day, Pinkie and the clones left again for the mines, leaving Sky
Fluttershy.
Blue behind. She promised them profusely not to open the door for any pony, but it wasn't too long before she heard a knock at the window.
Oh, is any pony there?
Who are you? What do you want?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb you. I'm just trying to raise money for my animal retreat. I won't bother you again.
Wait, what are you selling?
Oh, well, I'm sort of a healer, and I heard that you had a broken wing. I have some enchanted bandages that will instantly heal it. All I ask for is 3 gold bits.
3 bits, that's all? What a deal!
Sky Blue said, retrieving the coins from her saddlebag and exchanging them for the bandages.
Here, let me help you with that.
Yeah, that's not her.
Who told you I was injured? No pony except...
Sky Blue started, then collapsed on the ground in slumber.
So you knew that the first one failed.
Dinky said, while she and the others examined the princess's body.
No medallion this time.
From what I observe, I believe these bandages are new.
Good idea, Doc.
Pinkie said, unraveling her injured wing. As before, Sky Blue gasped for breath and shot up from the ground in a haze.
What happened this time? I thought I told you not to open the door.
I didn't! I opened the window. She was a peddler. She said she could heal my wing with magic bandages.
Are you kidding me? Oh, my poor princess. Don't you worry. I'll tend to your every need. Does some pony need a hug?
No, it's okay. I'm fine. I won't open the door or the window to any pony ever again. I promise.
Next
The
time you'll
next
break
day
through the wall.
proceeded like normal. Against common sense, Pinkie and the clones wandered away from their cottage without the princess to do menial work for
Because
no gain.
plot, yes.
Sky Blue had shut the doors and all the windows so she wouldn't be tempted a third
Except that
time.
one for some
A
reason
few hours
that
went
she's
by
staring
with
out
no
of.
sign of any intruders when there came a knock at the gingerbread wall.
Hello? Who's there? Why, you don't sound like Pinkie or her delightful clones. You know about them? Know about them? Goodness, I'm their neighbor. I'm the little old mare who lives in a shoe. I just crossed the pond over there. Every month I bring my basket of fruits and vegetables, and in exchange they give me a piece of their house to give to my many grandchildren.
Fruits and vegetables, you say?
Sky Blue said,
here we go.
her stomach growling with hunger. There's only so much sugary foods one pony can eat before
Yeah.
getting herself sick.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What kinds of fruits and vegetables?
Oh, all sorts of things, really. Oh, why don't you break down this wall here, and I can give this basket to you. I'll just take that piece home with me.
Something in me is telling me not to.
Oh, that's just your common dance theory. Ain't no mind to it now.
Sky Blue did as the old mare had instructed, bucking down the gingerbread wall.
Why, thank you, young filly. Here are the fruits and vegetables I promised.
She said, handing over the basket. Sky
Yeah,
Blue
this
didn't
time-
waste a moment, accepting the gift and devouring produce left and right.
Be sure to try the pears. They're mighty sweet. Oh, and don't forget the carrots. They have just the right amount of
What about
crunch.
the apples?
And you can't go wrong with apples.
What did you say?
I said apples can't go apples with apples.
There's only one mare I know that talks like that. You're not an old mare at all. You're
Oh, she'll let you eat the
Sky
apples.
Blue choked on the last word, literally gasping for air as the piece of poison apple blocked her windpipe. She thrashed around in panic, crashing into the gingerbread house before landing on the ground in her forever slumber.
Wait! I remember what I was supposed to do! I have to stop the queen before... Oh, no! Applejack, how could you? She's your best friend!
Friends? How could I ever be friends with some pony more beloved than I? In fact, as I recall, you are a mite popular too. These here are called Pinkie tails, right? Well, I can't have
Not
that.
anymore.
Now that I'm evil and you're powerless, I'm just gonna have to take it all for myself. Apple tails, apples, apples, apples.
The queen stalked closer to Pinkie, who backed away in fear.
A little bit of Pinkie Mina going there.
Jay, I was just trying to tell a story, you know? You weren't supposed to be like this.
Hey,
That's too bad for you.
The queen taunted, getting closer and wielding a shovel.
How will
from
you fix
seemingly
this?
Nowhere.
Stop the story. This isn't how it goes. Please.
you're gonna apples get what's coming to you, you crazy little pink apples critter.
All right.
Oh man! Oh my god, our god, man!
What's going on?
Well, after I saw what you did to AJ, I decided it was about time she had the upper hoof.
Huh?
Narrator and me concocted the whole thing. The evil schemes,
Yep,
the
gotta get
apples
back at it.
tick, even the deranged laughter. It takes more than a few months to drive me to insanity, Pinkie Pie. I have to live with you every single day.
So, I gave her story awareness to you and your fourth wall breaking abilities to Applejack. I've seen the headache you've given her in your past stories, so it was only fair.
Yeah, only fair. Oh, Applejack, I'm so sorry. I only did it because I knew you would be perfect.
Their eyes looked really freaky in this drawing. Sorry,
Should've
it's
asked
really
you first.
well
You know,
drawn,
since you're
but
kind of aware of what's going on.
Not just kinda anymore. Now that I know that there's a narrator, I have a lot more pull in these here stories. So I guess that means I can forgive you, seeing how I can pick my own parts from now on. Besides, in your own strange way,
Well,
it's
what
kind of
about
a
Sky
compliment
Blue?
to my acting abilities.
See? That's what I've been saying. But wait, if this was all an act, is Sky Blue in on it too?
Oh no, she's really cursed. You're the one that goes on about the stories being accurate. This time I got to have some fun with that. Oh, and I saw who you casted as the prince, and I didn't agree with that, so I went ahead and recast that part.
Then
all right. Who did you cast and who's
Why don't we
recast
find
as?
out? Pinkie and the clones found their precious princess on the ground once again, but no matter how much they tried, they could not wake her from her deadly sleep. After some searching, Shrinky Pie discovered the curse that was used on the princess, and more importantly, the way to break it. She explained that the princess could only be awakened by someone she loved, but they had no idea who that pony could be. So, despite Winkie Pie's many attempts to wake her herself,
Yeah,
Pinkie
naturally.
and the clones built her a gingerbread casket without a lid. They placed her in a brightly lit meadow and told all ponies far and wide the story of the sleeping princess. Many ponies attempted to wake her, but all failed. That was
Soren.
until one particular bright afternoon when a handsome prince happened to pass by. He had heard of the legend of the sleeping princess and decided to try to wake her
Was
himself.
Soren the original
When he
cast,
saw her,
or
he was struck by her beauty. Never before had he seen a princess more beautiful and more perfect for him than her.
A kiss on the cheek should awaken my princess. At last, I will have found the perfect pony for me.
The prince is Rainbow Dash too?
Yep.
Applejack? That's really funny. I never would have thought of that. It's comedy genius.
Yeah,
I
kind of
thought
works.
so. Heck, I might even be funnier than you. Appletails isn't sounding so bad now, is it?
No.
Yeah.
And that's the end to this here tale, youngins. Pinkie finally got what was coming to her, and we stayed true to the story to boot. Now I gotta figure out how to get her out of there. I guess I'll be seeing y'all next time for some more Apple Tales.
Yeah, Apple Tails. I'll go for that. Alright. Alright, so, again, the art, always really well done. Cute stuff to see here. I'd almost forgotten that, Applejack gets drawn into this crap with Pinkie's shenanigans as well. Just the ensemble of artists and voice actors and the storytelling, really well done. Violetta, your eyes were freaky. Sorry, it was just saw the credits. Next time. Spike-Nocchio? I'm trying, alright, so we got a Spike one. And he's Pinocchio. He's gonna be a real boy. Alright, so that was Pinkie Tails, Sky Blue, and the Seven Colors. Who was the original cast for Prince? For the Prince. Luckily, we're going to go with Soren on that one. Notice a lack of rarity out of this one. That's interesting. Might have been her. Mention rarity. None available. No rarity shown. Whatever. Again, that was just really well done. Really cute, as always. Always interesting to see the artists and what they bring to the table and everything. Voice acting is always funny. As well as the script. But yeah. Yeah, that'll be it. I want to thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that. As I said before, be sure to put the official release. The link to the original is in the video in the description below. And I'm going to end this one here. Until next time. Take care.